Hey y'all, this is Amanda with She's Mad Gardener, and today I am setting up my seed starting station. It's an indoor station where I'm going to be sowing indoor seeds and getting ready for my cut garden this year. I wanted to take you guys through the process, show you the different products that I purchased that are all very inexpensive. These are not your typical grow lights that you go buy on Amazon or wherever and spend a fortune. This is a way more cost-effective approach. I wanted to show you guys how I did my setup, and then I'm going to show you guys how I prep my seed trays and get started. Okay, this is the shelving that I'm going to be using this year. This is from Home Depot, 36 inches wide, 14 inches long, 54 inches high. It's a 4-shelf storage unit. That's probably small for a lot of people, but I am a home gardener. I have a very small yard, so I'm going to be doing all my seedlings basically in rounds. So I'm going to start with one round, plant that, and then I'll start a second round inside. So maybe working along those lines. And this one I ended up picking up. I saw one on Amazon I liked that was on wheels, but it was $15 more. So I ended up picking this one up at Home Depot for, I believe it was less than $40. It's black, it's metal. The most important thing is that it has these little holes in between because I need this kind of open grid look on the shelves in order to be able to hang my grow lights. Next thing, these are the lights that I'm going to be utilizing. These are from Walmart. They're Hyper Tough 5500 lumen LED shop lights. The most important thing about them is that they are daylight. You want daylight, and you want the lumen to be at least 3000. I ended up with 5500. I think that'll help a little bit more. Also, the important thing you're going to want on your shop lights is you're going to want to make sure that it has this chain mechanism so you can be able to hang them from those grid shelves I was just showing you. These guys were approximately $20 each. They're a little bit wider than my shelves in that I believe they're 4 feet long. I don't see it on here, of course. I'll flip it over and show you guys. However, I'm okay if it kind of branches over a little bit on the sides because I can always put a house plant on the edge of my shelving. Okay, I'm gonna put this on fast mode, show you guys how I get stuff set up, and then I'm gonna come back and show you the details on how I hung the lights on the grid system in the shelving. Okay, we've got the shelving unit put together. We've got the 3 LED shop lights put together. My husband set it up on a power strip for me, and then it attaches to one of those outlets that talks to Alexa. And so we'll set it up on the timer. I'm gonna do mine 8 to 8, so 12 hours a day, see how that works and see if I need to extend it a little bit longer if need be. These are LED lights, so they are a lot less impactful on our electricity bill, which will work really, really well. Okay, I did want to show you how, let me go over on this side. The lights are suspended by these chains that go through the open grid shelving. So you can see why the open grid shelving works. I have them suspended kind of lower right now. And then what I'll end up doing is once I get all my seed trays in here, then I'll adjust the height of the light until it's right above the seedlings. And then as the seedlings grow, I'll raise the height of the light. You do not want to start with your light really up high. You're going to get lanky, long, kind of floppy seedlings that way. You need to start with the light right down by the seeds, real close. You don't want your seedlings reaching for the light. So I'll show you guys some of that. And then as the seedlings get taller and they start to kind of touch, then you kind of move upwards with it. But I've got all 3 hung. And when I need to hang them higher, basically what I'll do is I'll just wrap the chains around here more, and then it'll kind of move the light up taller. I'm gonna use the very, very bottom for some storage. I've got some storage baskets where I'll keep basically my missing bottles, seeds, perlite, things along those lines that I'll need throughout. And then the very top will also be storage as well, since I don't have a light up there. But 3 shelves, I think that'll work really good. Let me get one of my seed trays so you guys can see. Okay, so you can see that my seed tray fits really well. I also have room for some smaller seed trays that I got that I want to try from the Dollar Tree. And they're little bitty ones, so I have plenty of room for those as well. So I think this is going to work really well. I'm not starting all my seeds at the same time. I'll be succession planting. So I'll do a round and then I'll plant those, and then I'll do another round. I'm excited. This is looking good, y'all. Okay, this year I'm starting with these Jiffy Seed Starting Greenhouse Kit. It's 72 peat pellets. I'm excited to do this just because I'm working inside my house and I am kind of a neat freak about stuff. So I'm thinking that this is going to keep things a little bit cleaner. So we'll check it out and see how it goes. So I have 2 full kits set up, 72 pellets each. Filled them up with 1.5 inches of water, and now you can see the pellets are soaking up the water. Pretty cool, actually. I don't know, I'll be really quiet, see if you can hear them. Very cool. Once these are finished swelling up, I'll drain off the excess water. Then I'll pull back the netting a little bit. You can kind of see, you know, where the netting is. It kind of creates a little circle in the center. I'll pull back the netting a little bit and I'll plant my seeds at the required depth. And then I will put the lid on and wait for them to germinate. Okay, so it's the next day and I've got all my seed trays prepped, and then I realized that my friend Kristen sent me a new seed tray to try out. It is, where did it go? Okay, this is what it is. It is called a Jumpstart Hot House Mini Greenhouse System, and it has a high lid on it, and then it has a tray with all the individual cells. Let me see, it is 72 seed cells. So this is a little bit different because I typically use the pellets. So I'm going to be using soil in this one. And so I'm going to take you guys through the process. Now, one of the things that I struggle with in my own home is fungus gnats. And so what I'm going to do is put my soil in a bowl. I'm going to pour hot boiling water over the top of it to kill off any fungus gnat eggs in there. Let that soak for a little bit, and then I'm going to fill my tray after that, just to make sure that I can kind of cut down on that, because it drives me absolutely bonkers in my house with the fungus gnats flying everywhere. And so I'll set you guys up on a video, show you how that whole process goes, and that'll kind of give you guys another process, whether you're doing pellets or whether you're going to be putting actual soil in your soil, your cells. So it'll kind of show you both ways. A lot of people stress about, oh, well, if you put the boiling water in, it destroys all the nutrients for the seeds, and the seeds don't really actually need nutrients right at the beginning. The nutrients is actually in the seed itself, and so that's what it's working off of. So you can always go back and fertilize them later on. However, I don't typically fertilize brand new seedlings. I kind of wait a little bit until I transfer them into larger containers, and then I will add a fertilizer at that point in time. But anyway, you guys enjoy this next portion. Make sure when you're putting the soil that you push it down into the cell. I utilize 2 fingers, kind of pushing it down until it pushes back. You don't want it like super tight, but you also don't want it like really loose. We need to create a space for the roots to grow through, but we want the soil to hold together when we remove each individual cell or each individual plant when it's time to take them outside and plant.
Okay, I've got this tray all planted out. It happens to be 3 different types of basil, and I want to show you how the lid fits over the top for this Jumpstart kit. It also has a little circle that fits in the very, very top, and it kind of turns and allows you to adjust the humidity as needed, so that was pretty cool too.
Okay, here's how I keep record of all of the seeds that I am planting indoors. I write the date that they are sown and the name of the seed, and then I'll write in the date that they germinate, just for my own reference. And then I'll write the date that I start hardening them off, and then I'll write the date that they planted. And then I'll keep this year to year so that if I have any discrepancies or I want to refer back to any mixes that did well or did not do well, I'll have them all recorded. It's super easy. I just made this on Excel. Okay, and here they all are. Got them all in their tubs with their lids. You can see their labels underneath. You can see there's a very small distance between the light and the top. Once they sprout, or once they germinate, I'll remove the lids and probably set up some small fans to help strengthen them as they continue to grow. Here's the newest one that my friend sent me. I don't know how this is gonna work with the lights so far away. I don't know how well this is gonna germinate, but if worse comes to worse, I can always just pop this lid off and bring the light all the way down. So we'll see how that all works out. But everything is set up on a timer, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. every day. So we'll keep you guys updated on Instagram or on my TikTok account. So feel free to jump over there and check it out. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me on this little adventure to kind of show you guys how to start from the beginning and set everything up. All my products that I am utilizing, I'm going to link down below, so feel free to check them out. You know, this is an easy setup. It's an inexpensive setup. It's a setup that I'll be able to use year after year after year, which is also great for me, which I appreciate. I also like that this rack can be moved outside in the sun once a lot of my seeds are doing really well, and then I'll put them all out there to harden off as I'm working on it. Other than that, oh, hello. Other than that, okay, that's enough, Donald, okay? Okay, other than that, thank you guys so much for joining me. If you're new here, make sure that you subscribe so you can keep up with my future videos. And then if you're an old friend returning, make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when the latest video is uploaded. And as always, she's a mad gardener or a decorator or anything else she wants to be.